Hi everybody, this is Sona Suni here. If you're new to my channel, definitely hit that subscribe button below. Also hit the notifications bell to know when I'm putting out videos. I usually put videos out either on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I may drop one here or there too, because I do like to repurpose my Facebook videos as well. So I know my last video basically said I'm going to be talking about some real shit. I am. I'm going to really be talking about some things that I've been through in my life. And what I'm going to talk about today is how I healed from my divorce. And the healing process took about 10 years, guys. I got married at a very young age. I was 22 years old. I was get engaged at 19. I had no clue to who I was. I hated my situation. I hated my circumstances. I went back to live with my biological mom, and I hated the situation there. I really hated it. And it was like every time I would date, she had something to say. She always put me down as it is. And I was tired of it. So I met someone, which is my son's father, and we dated. We met at work, and things progressed. Within 8 months, he proposed. He didn't propose the fact that because he was in love with me. He proposed it because he wanted to save me, and you know what? I wanted to be saved because I wanted to get out of my situation by any means necessary. So I lied and told my mom that I had gotten a full-time job in Dallas, in which I did. My job was part-time. We bought this beautiful home. 6 months later, had a brand new car. Things just worked out. Things just fell into place. I didn't even know anything about law of attraction at that time. But that was some fucking awesome ass law of attraction that happened. But what happened was right before our wedding, his mom got in his ear and she was pretty much putting doubts in his head. Are you sure you want to marry her? Are you sure that she's the one? Are you sure she's too pretty for you? She's going to cheat on you. So she's putting these limited beliefs in his ear. And he could not be his own man because he was too busy listening to his mother. Now, mind you, when my mom became to try to do that shit, I shut her ass down. It's like, this is my husband. This is my life. Let me live it. Well, things began to get bad in our marriage to the point where finances were going down. He's keep losing jobs. He will put his friends' needs before our needs. I'm not saying I'm not guilty in the situation because I am. I had a very bad attitude. I got because being in a negativity, I was very negative because of the circumstances. He was my husband. He never made me feel secure. I never felt safe with him. He never took up for me. He never defended me when his mother would come down on me. And he also would say, you know what? Don't wear your, I want to see your hair straight. Don't wear your hair curly. You need to get a breast reduction. Your breasts are too big. He didn't want that attention on me. Now, I am a beautiful woman, but he didn't want anybody else to see that beautiful woman. Had an issue with that because his mom was in his ear. And the relationship began to get abusive. We yell at each other. I'll break shit. He put his hands on me, slammed me into the wall. I cut his hand for doing that. So you fuck with me, I cut you. And I got tired. And so when his grandmother died, which I love because he said I reminded him of his grandmother because I didn't take no shit. She didn't take no shit. She had always been asking me for a great grandchild, and I was like, man, I'm not ready. I'm not ready. I'm not ready. And she passed, and so we decided we're going to have a baby. That's my son. Yeah. We tried and tried and tried, and we couldn't get pregnant. 2 months later, I got pregnant. And it's so funny how the law of attraction came in there again. Doctor told me, job of baby. I said, baby. I had to leave my job. I leave six-figure job, y'all. I was like, oh, but that it was okay because you know what? It was worth it. And my son is one of my biggest achievements. And it's so how funny the law of attraction kicked in there. And I was really thinking about how it was funny. He's working on a construction as a temp, and he got hired as a permanent supervisor. The universe really kind of like kicked in. It's like everything just fell into place. And so then, after the birth of my son, he started cheating. Now, mind you, I left him once and came back. He was cheating, wasn't coming home. And he wouldn't touch me. I'm like, I had your baby. I'm this beautiful woman. I'm fucking sexy as all get out. And you don't want to fucking touch me? He was cheating. And I made my decision I was going to leave. And I had a friend. He was like, you know what? You don't feel empowered. He said, you talk about the things you used to do before you had your son. And he said, and that sounds very empowering. He said, you know what? You can do bad by yourself. You do bad by yourself. And I thought about that and I was like, true, I could do bad by myself. So I got back, I think the Bush was in office, and I went to work in property management again, not as a relocation specialist because the money wasn't there, and I went on site, got me an apartment. He thought I was leaving him for another man. He even offered to help me move. And I said, okay. Help me move into this beautiful 2-bedroom, 1,600 square foot apartment. So I had a room, and we were separated for a while. And I finally found out who the woman was that he cheated on me on. Now, while we're separated, I'm not gonna lie, I did my dirt, and I'm gonna talk about that in another video. But the woman was not as beautiful as me. He basically conformed to what his mother told him to do. That's sad, right? Now, he told me if I wanted a divorce, I'd pay for it. So I did. And when I served him the papers, he was angry. Angry. Now, mind you, I left him the apartment that was in my name. And moved to another apartment. And when it was time for me to move from that apartment to another apartment within that same company, because I was working for that company had recruited me. He moved out into another apartment with his brother and left me a bill I think I had to pay $700 before I could move into my new apartment. Had a balance that he didn't pay. I tell you, I paid so many bills, and that's another video too. Fast forward, I flipped a car 2 weeks before Hurricane Katrina. I-20 4 times. To the hospital. 2 days. Damn near died in that accident. And once I got released, the day I got released was our court date for divorce court. Can you believe that? I just had an accident and he wanted to take me to divorce court and fight it out. He hired this female attorney. I didn't have an attorney. We didn't have any assets. But that's how low and dirty he did me. And we were in court all day. And I'm injured, I'm in pain. I could barely see out of one eye. And he takes me to divorce court. So then we had a conversation. I said, look, you know what? Let's just be amicable for our son. So things went on. We finally get divorced. And it comes with the custody BS with the divorce. I think I really went through hell because I still didn't know who I was. I was a newly single mom. I was on my own for the first time. Guys, I have dealt with a lot of emotional abuse, mental abuse in this marriage. A man that didn't know himself and didn't know and listen to everybody else, including his mother. It took me 10 years to heal from that shit. He used to trigger me. He used to blame me for everything. Or if he's done something, he want kudos. But he doesn't do it anymore because you know what? I know who I am. I've finally, after 10 years, found my identity. And what I want to say is don't lose yourself in a man. Don't chase a man. Men are designed to pursue you. And I tell you, during this time that I've been alone and single, have been some of the best times. I'm actually a little selfish. I don't like being in the bed by myself. So I just wanted to say, for those who have gone through a divorce, healing does come. It does come. It really does. And after you get divorced, discover yourself. Don't jump out into dating right after. I'd made that mistake, and I'm going to talk about that in another video. Because with the law of attraction, you attract who you are, not what you want. So I'm going to close with that. This is Sona signing out, and I'll see you soon. Bye.